Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the wire.
We in the postseason, man. It is time to care about the NBA again. Man, I'm so happy.
I'm excited as hell.
Be sure to leave a like on the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here on the road to 500K. If you're listening on audio platforms, leave us 5 stars and come over to the YouTube channel and subscribe because I see how many people are listening. And I don't know if every single one of y'all that's listening also subscribed on YouTube. That's all I'm saying. So come on over. And if you're also watching on YouTube, go to the audio platforms and pre-download the episode. Get those Through the Wire numbers up, man. We were top 10 in basketball for most of the season. For the playoffs, we're trying to get higher than that. So
it's a contract year for us. Get us all the way up so we can go in there and be like, boom, $70 million a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
Yeah,
That motherfucker like he got a big beef right here.
I love when he do that little intrigue sound down.
The greatest clip ever is when I say you can run down there and fuck one, but we're going to walk down there and fuck them all. He said,
That was such a I didn't.
You
Such a
planted
crazy
some ideas in
line.
his head.
we got playing tonight,
We do.
Playing tomorrow.
playing tomorrow.
We do.
Real playoff series start after that.
Uh-huh.
But I think we should start on the last day of the season
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
because a lot of things happen in the
Yes.
last day of the season. I think we start off with the Gobert punch suspension,
Mm-hmm.
how the Minnesota Timberwolves collapsed on game 82 of the NBA season.
It's got to be the craziest thing I've ever witnessed.
I'm
Like,
telling you, man.
I've never seen a team just melt down so fast.
It's like Mike. I'm breaking down.
Breaking down.
I'm breaking
That shit was
down.
worse though.
And like, you don't punch your teammate at all, let alone in a huddle on TV.
Well,
Like-
some people see punching your teammates as leadership.
I wouldn't say
No.
all that.
No,
But some people do.
some people do.
Especially not coming from Rudy Gobert.
But if you're gonna punch
Hey.
if you're gonna punch your teammate, punch him, because that wasn't a punch.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was a little far away too, but he got the reach for it. But my thing is, as soon as he did it, you can see him kind of like everybody kind of grabbed him a little bit, but he started. You can see him literally moving back, like he ain't
'Cause
want no smoke.
he didn't want the smoke.
He didn't want no smoke.
If he used that reach to block some shots, none of this would have happened.
Exactly.
None of this would have happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's literally averaging the least amount of blocks this his rookie year when he played 9 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's averaged 2 every year. Now he's at like 1.4.
And I think the irony of it is that BR released like an interview quote that he had, and he said Kyle Anderson has like a different type of leadership,
He's
but I don't let it.
aggressive.
Yeah, and I don't let it bother me. And then literally the next day, he lets it bother him.
Let it bother him. So the story goes, Rudy Gobert is playing game 82 with like severe back spasms, is what they said. But he's playing through the injury, and throughout the course of the day, it wasn't just in that one huddle. Throughout the course of the day, Kyle Anderson kept calling him a BITCH, told him to block some shots, and yada yada yada. And apparently, eventually, it all boiled over with the stakes being an all-time high because this is the most important game of the season. You win this, and it's it got the better of Rudy Gobert, and he even said that in his statement, and that he apologizes to the organization, to the fans, and to Kyle Anderson. And he is suspended for the first play-in game.
Which is awful. Well, I mean, it's warranted, but like they really need him.
Especially when you consider the Jaden McDaniels injury.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels
that we ain't even really got to yet.
That's even worse for them is missing out on Jaden McDaniels. I mean, he had Anthony Edwards talking so highly about him. He was going to guard the Kevin Durant. He's going to do it all. And he's been amazing for them this season. And for him to have that type of injury, it's just
And it was an avoidable
unfortunate.
injury. He punched
as
the
hell.
wall.
Yeah. And people was like, somebody was saying that, like, man, he needs to be checked into a mental hospital or
What?
something. And I'm like, don't act like you ain't never seen somebody hit a wall from
LeBron did
frustration.
it in the finals, apparently. You remember LeBron
Oh, yeah.
broke his hand and came to the podium with a cast on after they got eliminated?
I like
Yeah.
I be seeing people throw controllers when they get mad at
Yeah.
a video game. If you're in a real life scenario game and shit happening, then
Especially with a lot of stakes on the line, it's a lot of frustration. That can
Did
be
y'all
built
see
up.
how it happened, though? There
Yeah,
was a
hallway.
curtain,
Yeah.
and he didn't know that it was a cement wall behind the curtain. That's what happened. He did not know there was a cement
Cartoon
wall.
stuff.
Imagine if there was a person behind that curtain.
Somebody said he got Wile E. Coyote'd.
Yeah.
Like-
It sound like that cartoon shit.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because I'm pretty positive if he knew it was a cement
He
wall
wouldn't
back
have
there,
done
he
it.
wouldn't have thrown that
punched
punch. But it was immediately. After he made contact, he grabbed his hand immediately. And they haven't officially said he's out, but he broke his goddamn hand. Like,
Yeah, there's no way he's gonna
and it's
play.
a shooting hand because typically you throw your first punch with your dominant hand.
Yeah, and like defensively, he's not gonna be the same. Like the ability to use your hands defensively is so important.
Well, now he could potentially have a club.
This ain't football now. Only in football you can get away with a club.
So they go against the Lakers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked it up. The Lakers are an 8.5-point favorite now. The Lakers lucked out.
Cheesing and shit.
He tried not to cheese. That's what's happening. The Lakers lucked out.
Ain't nothing wrong with smiling.
Because in this game, as bad or worse as Rudy Gobert has been compared to previous seasons,
It's still Rudy Gobert.
it's Rudy Gobert versus Anthony Davis.
Yep.
And the alternative is Karl Anthony Towns. And since Karl Anthony Towns has come back from his injuries, the brother's been in foul trouble. I mean, he's always been a fouler, but he's been in foul trouble like no other. I think how many? Let me look it up. But he's had 5 fouls in a majority of the games since he's come back.
And
I
that's
feel
all the
like
Lakers do is attack the paint.
And it's the Lakers, and the Lakers get the most foul calls in basketball. They're
All they
one of the
do is
more
attack the
aggressive
paint.
teams in
And
ball.
you know the league want to see them in the playoffs.
More than the Wolves, I would say. So 1, 2, 3, 4 out of his 8 games since coming back, he's been in 5 fouls or more. And then he's got a 4 fouler. And then obviously in the last game, this game that mattered the most, he had 5 fouls. And he couldn't play for the majority of the fourth quarter, but eventually got back to the game. So now the Timberwolves are down Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, at least for this one playing game. Because the good thing about them, they're the higher seed in the play-in. So if they lose this, they get one more opportunity. And I'm guessing that Rudy Gobert will be back for that one because 1 game suspension. And then Naz Reid, again, got injured about a month or so ago. So their backup center right now was Nathan Knight against the Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt with low revenge. They got
D'Angelo
people.
Russell?
D'Lo too.
Malik Beasley.
A lot of they
A
got
lot.
a lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
we traded with them.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley literally said that's what he's trying to get, that revenge.
Kind of traded with them.
in a way.
They're former.
Yeah.
But,
So, it's not looking good for the Wolves. But even with that being said, it's not like the Lakers, the best team in basketball. It's basketball at the end of the day.
I'm
Yeah,
still
y'all-
a little nervous on it, but we've been taking care of business.
Y'all struggled
Y'all,
against the
if you're
Jets.
nervous about this one, I don't look into the actual playoffs. 'Cause
Time
it's not
out.
gonna get easier.
Time
not
out.
gonna get
This is
easier.
my problem
What's up?
with Laker fans. You're nervous, but a couple episodes ago when I was up here talking Suns and Lakers, and I said you asked me, I ain't have to think about it, or it was a for sure thing. You looked at me like I was fucking crazy. Now you're telling me you nervous with a Timberwolves team that don't have Rudy, McDaniels, Reed.
This team don't play to their. They have the best record literally in the postseason, but this team when they play bad teams, they literally struggle. I don't know what it is. They don't literally come to play. That's how
So
we
what's
fuck
the
around and
hype
lose to a
about?
Houston Rockets.
What's the hype about of them making a run? Then that's not a good team. That's that's a terrible
Specifically,
excuse.
Especially this year, any team could come out and win a damn game. In a 7-game series, the better teams can win. I think that the Lakers can be. I think they can get the better of the Suns in a 7-game series with the players that they have, the roster they have, and what they showed in the postseason. But they have 2 games. They're the 7th seed. But 1 game, especially against a team that's you're supposed to beat you, it's just. I don't know. Some things don't always go your way. It could be a night where
It don't, but I'm just saying to me that logic is crazy to have confidence against the Suns in a 7-game series,
that's
but
also
not
I didn't say
have
we was gonna come out there
confidence.
and bust their ass.
No, but you said you were nervous, and when I was talking
it's a
about the Suns
one-game
versus Lakers
scenario. It's
matchup,
a 1-game scenario.
right? But a better team should win the game, just like the better team should win a 7-game series.
So the better team always wins in a 1-game.
They don't
scenario.
always win
Right.
anything. But
Right.
I'm saying they
in
should.
a 7-game series, it's more likely that though.
But it's still the same concept with a better team coming on top.
Right.
So,
But it's
how are
not
you nervous?
guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
nothing
I
is
just told you
guaranteed.
this team has not
I
played
can't
well.
tell you that you're gonna
This
walk out
team
of this
has not
fucking
played
door.
well.
Nothing's
This
really
team has not
guaranteed.
played well against
That's
teams
my
that
fucking
struggle.
point. How do y'all Laker fans have so much fucking confidence in this predicament against a fucking any team that's not in the play-in, but then you in the play-in and now you're nervous? I'm really nervous is what
There's
you
more,
just fucking
there's more
said.
room for error.
When we talked about
There's
the Suns
literally
a
more
couple
room for
episodes
error
ago,
in a game of 7.
you
in a
looked at
7-game
me like I
series,
was
there's more
crazy.
room for error. Is
Y'all,
there not?
I think y'all both are right again, because I think that is true. In a 7-game series, there's more room for error. But what P is saying is like, this is the easiest potential matchup you can get right now. They're all defensive caliber players. Both of them are gone, and you got LeBron and AD. For the most part, for most people, you'd
It
be
should
like,
be a lot. It should be
hey,
a lot.
we ain't even gotta watch tonight. I'm just gonna check the box score occasionally
Nah,
because
we watching tonight.
we
I'm
should be able to
be
do
on
it
Twitch too, watching the game. So make sure
Ooh,
y'all tune in.
for the playoffs. Damn, watch them lose 2 playing games and you'll never do it again.
Never.
Because y'all was struggling against the Jazz. LeBron hit
They're struggling against
He had to look down.
They
You
were
know
struggling
that?
against the fucking Suns who said every fucking body.
Yeah,
They
y'all
damn near
did.
told Monty don't even come. You're not even gonna coach, and they were struggling. So it's like it's so bizarre to me how these Laker fans be having all of this confidence and all this yada yada yada, and they got everything to say when somebody ain't blowing smoke up their ass, but then they don't do anything that's like can make you hinge on anything.
My question to you, Mike,
I don't get it.
Hypothetically, you win tonight's game. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That means you match up to the 2 seed, which is the Grizzlies. What is your confidence level in that hypothetical series? No Steven Adams, as far as we know, but he is warming up and stuff. Yeah. But they ruled him out, but he's still working. I don't
I was
understand
gonna say, has there been reports of him like, because you want to. It's different from him like working out, and he's been doing actual like 5-on-5 type practice.
Oh, I don't know that.
No Brandon Clark.
No Brandon Clark still.
Yeah. The thing I like, especially with Steven Adams out, is just that again we have that like ability to get to that paint, and so we can control the paint. It's just against the Grizzlies. They turn the ball over so much. They generate so many points for the Grizzlies off turning the ball over, which is basically our Achilles heel this season. And I think that's the way to beat us. But I still feel confident in LeBron. I think LeBron's in a different. He's got the mentality. I think ready for the playoff set. And the way he's kind of been doing his little posts and how he's been doing his post game interviews, I think he knows that like he has a very small window, and so it's it's go time right now.
I did like that LeBron was guarding Kawhi, like in that game against the Clippers, that he took the assignment to guard him. I thought that was pretty like leadership and like showing that he was more so in like that playoff mode, that he was able to go and guard the best player. LeBron doesn't do that often.
They lost by 20.
No, they did.
On a back-to-back.
It was just fun.
Okay.
It was just fun to see him.
They've had the least amount of back-to-backs in all the basketball, by the way.
2 back-to-backs.
Is that the Jazz game where LeBron crowned himself?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, you cried yourself over Chris Dunn. Congratulations. Who's out of the league?
Chris Dunn was hooping.
Yes, but he was out of the league 2 months ago.
And I like LeBron. With the Lakers, they just weird. They walking around.
But that was like one of the better LeBron games recently. So
against the fucking Jazz,
who had Lucas Chamanich guarding him.
Hit like 7-3, 8 threes.
And you're gonna need that in the playoffs.
But going to Rudy.
Mm-hmm. This shirt is giving me problems.
Rudy Gobert is making it very hard to root for him or support him.
Who you telling? I've been to the defense of this man for 4 years in this podcast.
And I'm not a Rudy guy at all. But I'm just saying anybody like people like this, that was the most softest, unaware thing I've ever seen. And I don't want to say ever, but one of the most recent things I've ever seen. To not be aware of the situation that you and your team is in. People are talking and asking if your trade, acquiring you, is one of the worst trades of all time. And in a situation where y'all trying to push and get to the playoffs to have something tangible of this season, that's the way you react because Kyle Anderson called you out. I understand. I'm not saying he should have just sat there and be like, you're right, Kyle. Call him a bitch back. You know what I mean? Like, get in his face, do something. But to risk it all and have to lose a game and put your team in this situation for a punch that was weak as fuck, it only made you look softer, in my opinion.
It was weak as hell.
Insecurities are very loud.
There you go. And then
Jeremiah Green did say he respect him a little bit more today.
He gained a little bit, and I think that was a lie. No way anybody looks at that situation and gain respect for Rudy.
Well, if you look at the punch, every single one of the teammates looked at Rudy like he had 2 heads. Like nobody was at the defense of Rudy, even though they all been together all day where Kyle was calling him a BITCH. Nobody cared about that part. It was about the punch. It was about the punch. And
I think they were all going to let them argue. I think naturally as players, sometimes 2 guys could be going at it, and y'all just kind of.
And that's what Rudy Gobert had said the day before. Like this is pretty normal.
The one person I watched in that was Mike Conley. And I watched it on stream, and I didn't catch it until yesterday on stream. Mike Conley watched Kyle Anderson the entire thing, and even when it happened, he reacted to Kyle Anderson. And that made me kind of go back and think of what Kyle Anderson was saying when that audio got leaked of him saying, you know what I mean, y'all kiss his ass too much, y'all gonna have to make a decision this summer and things like that. It's like, that's what it kind of seemed like. I don't know anything, and I don't know Rudy. Everything I'm saying is from an outside perspective, but it just looks like he's a guy that annoys teammates. We heard about the Donovan Mitchell shit. We heard about how D'Angelo Russell was on him. Now it's Kyle Anderson. You can see some of the body language or some of the reaction from the other teammates, like KB was just saying, that kind of alludes to certain things. And everything I've seen and know about Rudy as a basketball fan, I just don't get. He's like a soft, arrogant. I don't know. He's a soft, arrogant type of guy who does shit that makes me scratch my head. I still can't get over the touching the mic shit in the pandemic. I don't understand that. That was extremely dumb.
The timing of that was still OD. The league shut down like 2 days later.
The tripping of Kenrich Williams, that whole incident, that was a stupid. I went back and watched that shit. And Kenrich Williams scored on him, and he fell, and he tripped him. The Miles Turner tangle up.
Do you remember the old one in the bubble where Cal Anderson pushed Rudy Gobert?
No.
In the bubble, when Cal Anderson was a part of the Grizzlies, he just pushed Rudy Gobert down, and then they became teammates 2 years later.
So there was like
it was a little bit of history.
Oh, I didn't
which
know
is
that.
normal in the NBA, right? You always see, but eventually you become teammates like Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook, and then they end up being
Barnes,
friends.
Kobe. Yeah,
I guess it didn't work out that way with this.
It has not worked out that way.
Even the whole insecurity is loud. He couldn't wait to get into the shit for Draymond. Why? Because they had a competitive nature about
Draymond
the defensive
made
player of
fun
the
of
year.
him for crying that year where he missed the All-Star.
Let's not forget that. That whole thing
That
was
was
weird.
laughable though.
You know what I'm saying? And then now
He was crying because of his mother.
Oh, I'll take it back then.
I mean, no, I'm not taking it back. You can cry because your mother. It was how you cry. Even the way you cried was soft. He fell back and hit the fucking wall and covered the eyes, and it just seemed so fucking pretend. Like dog, just be you, and fucking block some shots. But yeah, it was just a weird situation. Very unfortunate. I hope they do make some type of fucking decision this summer. They ain't really got a decision to make because I don't know who
rid of
wants
Kyle
Rudy.
Anderson. That's the decision.
Yeah, because there's no way. I don't.
Kyle Anderson has value.
Rudy Gobert isn't going anywhere.
No.
I think Rudy Gobert is stuck there, at least for right now.
Kyle Anderson has value. It's role player value, but it's still value. Kyle Anderson's a good player. And I don't think. I think
they will
sign
look
a
dumb
trade is going to happen.
Yeah, they will look dumb to trade Rudy Gobert, especially after giving up all those picks for him.
Yeah, because the value you're getting back is fucking Duncan Robinson.
It's wild that I see
contract
people
dumps.
say that it could have been literally a straight up trade for Rudy Gobert and just Walker Kessler, and that shit would have been cool.
Yeah.
Would it be cool? I think you might have still lost that trade based on what we saw this season.
Wait, how would that have worked straight up?
They just said
It's just saying like the value wise, like Walker Kessler's been that damn good.
Well, the reality is they could have been teammates this year. They didn't have to throw the 22nd overall pick in that trade. They didn't have to throw all the other picks either, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about all of this is that they did win the game. Anthony Edwards got some great defensive stops, hit some shots down the clutch, hit his free throws, and they win the game. They lost this game. They would have been the 9-10 seed, and now they got 2 chances to win one game. So
there's
also all of this.
There's also a reality where none of this matters because I did see Kyle Anderson's post-game interview where he was being a professional. I know we saw the leak audio. That's when tempers were flaring and things like that. But he was just like, man, I'm trying to win. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that matters is the McDaniels injury. I think that's the thing that matters the most.
Yeah. It's hard to bounce back losing your best perimeter defender.
But if they find a way to pull this off and they make the playoffs, they put up a good fight against whoever they play against in round one. They bring this team back for a full healthy year next year. Maybe nobody really gives a fuck. I know they do have decisions to make, not necessarily with Rudy and Kyle, but I know Nas Reed. You still do have the Kyle Anderson shit, so they do have decisions to make. But there is a reality in the world for Timberwolves fans where this shit don't matter. But Rudy is gonna have to do some self-evaluation if this team wants to get to where they want to get to.
This team is still, like, to me, kind of like, I think it embodies in a little bit in terms of like this team is still very young in terms of like, just like they kind of are still like immature. They're not all the way there. I feel like they adding another year, it's just only gonna make them better. You're just having continuity. Obviously, you're gonna have to make some moves, but I just like Jaden McDaniels back, Anthony Edwards. He's taking another step. He's getting more engaged on defense or whatever. Obviously, you're filling out the holes on the roster, but I think this is just what it needs. It's just like a little bit of continuity from, step after step from what they used to be.
Yeah, for me, them getting rid of Kyle Anderson just doesn't seem real. Like, I feel like it may be like when they got rid of Pat Bev, you could definitely tell there was like a culture change. I feel like Kyle Anderson is that glue guy there. Like, he brings them all together. He does all the little things that maybe you're not going to really replace what Kyle Anderson does on a basketball court. So, like, honestly, I think they should just keep Kyle Anderson. I think he's the big reason why they turned the whole season around. At the beginning of the season, Kyle Anderson started off too hot. Neither did the Timberwolves. He started playing better, and the Timberwolves started playing better. So there's not a coincidence that happened.
He started playing better when Cat got hurt. When somebody got hurt and he had to come in and start. Yeah. And now he might have to play some small forward because there's no Jaden McDaniels. They asked him about that too. He's like, man, I ain't played small forward in a couple of years, but I'm going to go see.
You have to probably play some center too.
Damn
They're
near.
going to run some small ball lineups when Cat's not in the game. Again, you just got to pray in these 2 games Cat doesn't get in foul trouble if you want a chance to keep a playoff spot. Because with him in foul trouble, you don't really have an answer. Because Nathan Knight is getting ate alive by Anthony Davis. And then if they lose that game, and let's say the Pelicans win theirs, Jonas Valanciunas is going to use that big-ass body.
But at least Rudy will be back.
Rudy should be back for that one, yeah.
Luckily for the Timberwolves, too, Cat usually tries to turn up on the Lakers. Like, I don't know what it is, but you could tell when the players.
He said,
it's just like they got that extra motivation
10
that night.
toes down.
They be feeling like that. And they always give him so many threes. I just don't know why. So maybe a big game from Cat, but maybe also 6 fouls.
We just want to go out there and play.
Who make our prediction, because we're going to go through all play-in games. How are y'all feeling about that one?
I told the people, I say, you know what, because, years of doing this, sometimes try to think out of the box or whatnot. But then you got TTW clips who try to tally these. Yeah, I'm going all generic today.
All generic today.
I'm wearing a Timberwolves shirt because I think it would be fun for them to win this game.
Yeah, I want the Timberwolves to win, but I want to be generic and I want to pick the Lakers.
The Lakers should win, and I will go with the Lakers as the pick. But I like drama.
Me too.
And drama is seeing them Wolves win, and then they looking at it be like, damn, we won against Anthony Davis without Rudy Gobert. Hold on.
Lakers weakest.
I was about to say, you know what? I'm gonna be like Lakers like -4 or some shit. Like it'll be a close game.
They're 8.5 point favorites, Mike. -4 would be a bad game.
Lakers -15 now. We finna bust their ass.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, I got Lakers.
I'm going Lakers too.
Okay. Let's go 7-8 in the other conference because those are the games today. We got Heat versus Atlanta Hawks. I think the conversation is not even about the series. It's about the Kevin O'Connor report.
Trae Young.
That the GM has the green light to explore Trae Young trades, and then Bleacher Report put together an article. Did y'all see that Bleacher Report article?
I saw clips of it on
Oh
Twitter.
my God. It's again, shout out to our employer.
It's still,
but goddamn.
It's still Trae Young, people. He's still Trae Young.
Oh, I'm gonna get some of these up because I could not believe my eyes when I read it. I'm
He's
like,
still
bro,
Trae Young, people.
here Trae Young trade packages. Again, shout out to BR and the writers over there. This is Andy Bailey. The first trade that they offered is Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, a 2027 and a 2029. If that is the value of Trae Young, which again, it's not. That's way below the value. But if let's just say that is the value, stop playing, bro.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
You
can't give us one player that matters.
I've seen that like people wish Kyle Lowry's better this season. Kyle Lowry been disappointed this season.
Kyle Lowry's probably not starting tonight. Not because he's not healthy. They're just better with him come off the bench.
Duncan Robinson.
He
Robinson-
had 20-something in the last game of the season.
Kenny Lofton just had 40 in the last game of the season.
Shout out to you, Don, man. Shout out to you, Don.
Shout out to UD, man.
The other trade was to the Bulls for Zach LaVine in the 2027.
I just don't see a team only giving up 1 first-round pick for Trae Young.
Did you not hear the word Zach LaVine?
I'd rather just stick with Trae Young.
Same.
And then the other one
I
is
like Zach LaVine too.
Kyrie Irving in that 2023 first-round pick
No.
on a sign and trade for Trae Young. So those guys are together. Trae Young and Luka.
No way.
That backcourt is getting torched.
They torching too.
They are.
And then the other one was Paul George for Trae Young.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think out of all of them, that's the most realistic one, and that's saying something.
Yeah, I mean,
Kawhi don't want to play with Trae Young.
It feels like
Kawhi would lose his mind playing with Trae Young.
The value seems off, but now that I think about it, DeJounte Murray and Zach sound kind of crazy.
They've been wanting to play together for years.
Yeah.
But the same thing with Paul George. I feel like it's the same thing with DeJounte with any other, like, I think, like, nice either scoring person or, like, a wing would just be different from you have a smaller backcourt.
Yeah. Let's get to the game, though. Because
I just do the Hawks
down the
on
line.
30-something-year-old Paul George.
On what, the last year of his deal or the second to last year of his deal?
I don't know.
That's why I'm like, get the fuck. It's not because I'm a PG fan saying I would never trade Paul George for Trae, but I'm thinking about the Hawks. Like, I love Paul George, but Trae Young has all the future ahead of him.
The game, I think most people have put it that the Heat are winning.
Yeah, I got the Heat winning.
The Trae Young's numbers against the Heat in the last 13 games, she's like 30% from the field.
Mm-hmm. They trapped the hell up out of Trae Young.
They figured out Trae Young.
Oh, yeah. They have the personnel to defend him.
But he have DeJounte now
Mm-hmm.
to alleviate. They didn't have DeJounte.
That's true.
In the playoff series,
in the playoff series, yes.
I don't know. This is one of the. I don't want to say boring because it's winner. It's not winner go home, but it's like high level, high stakes, and not two good teams, but a lot of good players. How about that? I'm just not as interested in this one as the Western Conference one, if I'm being honest.
I'm more interested in a Jimmy showcase. I think Jimmy's locked in. He just said in that post-game interview that, fuck, I forgot what it was exactly.
He said,
what was the summary of it?
That he was, I don't remember. No, I'm dead. I literally just read it, and I just completely
I'm
forgot.
looking forward to D.
I'm picking the Heat because of Jimmy Butler, though.
Yeah, I firmly believe. I want to say I seen some. I don't remember what it was verbatim, but it was like a tweet. Like it might have been literally like besides LeBron, probably not Mike either, but like Jimmy Butler currently is like one of the best playoff performers we know. Like he steps his game up when it comes time to it. And I dead ass believe that.
Yeah,
he said I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my team to win night in and night out. And honestly, I couldn't care less what anybody writes. If I'm a good basketball player or I'm a bad basketball player. So as I take on tomorrow's matchup and we get that dub, we'll
sound like yo ass got popcorn.
Worry about what's going on down the line.
Sound like he got popcorn reading.
But I think I'm gonna be a decent basketball player at the end of the day. That's nothing to do with the play in, Darrick. That quote had nothing to do with the play in.
The beginning part does. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my team to win
every night. That's something everybody say.
I think he's locked in.
Stupidly locked in like 2 years ago.
Playoff Jimmy is a different monster.
It really
Except for 2 years ago.
So when he got his ass against
he was stupidly locked in and got his ass bust. But no, I'm with you though. I'm excited for a Jimmy Butler show. It's nothing. There's a lot of things better, but it's in the, let's say, top 10 things in basketball is Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. And again, they have had Trae Young's number. But even with that said, I don't feel like I'm super confident about the Heat either. Now, their offense is like top 10 in basketball over the past 2 weeks, so they figure something out at the end of the season. But again, we've had this conversation.
It's going to come out to threes, I feel like.
I think I got the Heat plus 10.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
Damn.
I got the Heat winning. Fuck all of that.
Wait, I said
y'all putting lines on it.
Heat plus 10 mean you got the Heat losing.
We don't have a betting sponsor here.
You got the Heat plus 10.
Yeah, that means they're losing.
Oh, no, the Heat.
Negative, minus 10.
Minus 10.
I thought you was a better.
No.
Oh, you remember when he did that shit? He was like, I took Klay Thompson to get the first basket.
Oh, my God. He just wasted so much money. So much money.
It's funny
he thought it was going to be for the team and not the game.
Oh, my
right?
God. Yeah,
I think it was for like the person.
No, person. You thinking person.
He thought it was for the
Thompson's
person.
first basket is going to be a three-pointer instead of first basket of game.
Yeah. And it's funny because KCP and Klay Thompson's first baskets were three.
You thought you came up.
He said, Angie, I got next 2 months rent right here.
Derrick, brother.
How many bets do you think you did before you realized that you were doing it wrong?
I think like 2 or 3.
That feels like cap.
No.
It always feel like cat, right?
Like
I can just look.
If you would remember 2 or 3.
I can literally just look.
Okay.
Because I don't be betting that often.
You know how Lil Dicky got his own show? You need that, bro. You need that, bro.
I saw a clip of Lil Dicky eating an orange for the first time, and I couldn't tell if he was acting or he was really like, you know, there are people that don't eat, have never had certain vegetables and fruits and stuff. I couldn't tell what was true.
Oh.
He's also an actor, so he could have been acting, but he ate an orange. He said, it's juicy. I'm like, bro, you're 40. It makes it hard to believe, but I know people that have never had certain fruits and vegetables, even like apples.
Actually, I can't even go back.
I don't see how you do. Like, I feel like even you go to school, they give you an apple.
Bro, yes. You like, he's had orange flavored things, but he's never had an orange.
I've had grape juice before. I hadn't had grape drink, but I ain't never had grape juice before.
Right.
I've always wanted to try purple flirt from,
from what?
Jimmy Neutron.
Okay. He got some culture.
Holy shit, you can't get
I got
them
some culture.
up, boy.
Nickelodeon guy growing up?
Yes.
Over Disney?
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
But I did like Disney too.
Same.
I like Disney.
Nickelodeon was king.
I think Disney gave you more like real life, like more so like
That's So Raven.
That's So Raven.
Yeah.
What's the
Nickelodeon
cartoon? Phil of the
cartoon.
Future was my shit.
Phil the Future.
Even Stevens.
Even Stevens.
Hannah Montana.
Underrated,
Sweet
I
Life
think.
of Zach and Cody.
I got
Yeah,
Heat
Sweet Life
minus
was
5,
that.
by the way.
Okay.
You said you got what?
I'm taking Heat minus 5.
I'm taking
Minus
Heat
5.
as well.
I'm taking Heat.
Taking Jimmy Butler.
Let's get to 9-10s then. Out west, it is OKC as the 10 and then the Pelicans as the 9. I know all of the conversations around the Timberwolves and how they fumbled at the last day, but like the Pelicans, nobody's talking about the fact that they had a big lead in this game.
Yeah.
There is the punch that happened early-ish in the game. Jaden McDaniels leaves in the first quarter with a broken hand, and they lose. And I don't want to put it on your boy Darrick because it's a team sport, but your boy looked bad in the last couple minutes, man.
Anthony Edwards.
Turnover, blocked shot, missed 2 free throws. Give the Brandon had 40 and did not touch the ball in the last couple minutes.
Compared to Brandon.
Hey man,
It's a bad loss.
It's okay. He'll bounce back.
They only get 1 chance to bounce back. If they win the game, they had 2 chances to bounce back.
It is not okay, Derrick.
I remember CJ in the game 7.
When Derrick guys get involved.
I've seen CJ in the game 7.
He got a chase down block. He got a moment's card for that P.
When
He
Derrick
got a moment's card for that.
Shout out
P.
to moments cards because they don't do those
They
no
don't
more.
do the only 22 on the year.
They too
Come on
young
now.
to know about those moment cards. But
Gave him chase down Hall of Fame.
when Derrick guys is in question, his answer is it's all right.
It's no different though.
Because at the end of the day, no need to stress too much. They
are on a win or go home game,
and they gonna be all right.
So you got them winning.
They got
I
to win.
think
They're gonna be all right. You got
against OKC now.
They got to win twice.
They got to win twice, but they did it last year. They did do it last year, so that's a plus.
I got them beating the Thunder. It is what it is. I got them beating the Thunder. Sorry, Thunder fans.
I'm taking OKC.
I think it's gonna be one of the more fun games.
I think it's gonna be the most exciting game probably.
You got Herb on one end, guarding Shea, and you got Dort on one end, guarding Brandon Ingram. Like, come on, bro. We about to see some either really good offense, tough shot making, or some really good defense.
I'm counting on a caption in a hell of a game from Shea.
Okay.
I'm
I like
going
that.
Thunder in this game.
Well, for the fun factor, I'm kind of going Thunder. Because the fact that we're not getting Z back, which we kind of knew, but now it's official, just pisses
Not
me
even
off to a
close.
whole nother level.
Well, you need to be pissed off at him.
I'm pissed off at everything. I hate
feel like it's a
everything.
mix of both. I feel like they be having reports like he's coming back soon or he's nearing
Trade
soon, and then it's just like they flip it.
Trade his ass. I'm joking, by the way. Playoffs are here. Shout out to our sponsor, So Rare. They'll have weekly competitions and NBA playoff tournaments running all postseason. You can win all sorts of prizes and experiences worth over $100K. Check them out now at sorare.com/NBA. Shout out to our sponsor, So Rare. Today, we're going to do another draft. And this draft, we're going to do best shooters of all time. Derrick, you get the first pick. No phones. I want to see no phone. Let me Google percentages.
Steph Curry.
Okay, I like it.
Took him a while.
I'm gonna take Klay Thompson.
I will take Reggie Miller.
Damian Lillard.
You got back to back.
Give me
Take it too long.
Way too long.
Tick tick tick
give
tick
me
tick tick.
give me
tick,
Steve
tick.
Nash.
High percentage, low volume, I guess. Who did you take? Is Klay Thompson on the board?
No, I got
He
him.
was second pick.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take Jason Capono.
Damn, what?
Ray,
That's literally who I was.
I'm gonna take Ray Allen.
I was trolling with Jason Capono.
Damn over Jason Capono
Yeah, I was
when
trolling.
Ray Allen was available.
I wanted Jason Capono on my team, but
It's a lot more options. I can tell you that.
There's definitely a lot more options.
I'll go Rashard Lewis.
Was that your last pick?
No, he's getting one more
Oh.
back to back.
Landry Shamet.
Okay. Hey, I'm fine with that pick. Good
Peja
pick. Good pick.
Stojakovic.
Matt Bonner.
Larry Bird.
You got a bunch of low volume players over there. Y'all losing the 3-point competition.
I got a dude that walked in there and won a 3-point contest with a left
Give me
hand.
Clay, Ray Allen, Peja. I won that one easily.
I got-
Motherfuckers want to take Landry Shamet and mad about Jason Capono.
Bad about Jason Capono is wild.
Because I did not think you were gonna come up here and say Jason Capono.
I didn't even know you knew who Jason Capono was.
For real, what college he went to?
I don't know.
Name me 2 teams he played for.
The Raptors and the Knicks.
There's one more. Well, there's
When
a.
did Jason Capono play?
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know. I
know.
just
It was
remember
one
on the
team I was
Raptors.
waiting for. It was one team I was waiting for.
Which one is that?
The Lakers.
Oh.
Steve
I
Novak
see.
played for the Knicks.
Yes, he did.
Let me make sure
I
Jason Capono ain't played for the
should
Knicks.
have picked Steve Novak
I should
for
have
that
picked.
for the celebration
Steve
alone.
Glovac.
I should have picked Sasha Vujacic. Fuck.
Why? It's a 3-point competition.
Sasha Vujacic, you should knock that thing down.
Diddy Derrick.
Yeah.
If I told you, what do you think his percentage was from 3?
At least he used to shoot him. What's his percentage?
I said the
I don't
same
know.
shit about Pascal.
At least he used to shoot him.
I said the same thing about
I would
Pascal
say
before he
Sasha
broke out.
Vujacic was probably a 37% 3-point shooter for his career.
I wish our Wi-Fi wasn't.
I got it.
It's like a little bit above
Sasha?
average.
Y'all want his
Wait, what'd
career?
you say?
37.
37%.
That's damn close, Derrick. It's 36.7.
That's 37.
Oh, damn.
37. Yeah, round up to
Round it
37.
up.
Vladimir Radmanovich. That should have been a guy.
But he only took 2.5.
Yeah, like it wasn't low volume guy. But most people in the early 2000s were low volume guys.
Yeah.
Not Pager.
Well,
That's true.
Page was ahead of his time. Ahead of his time.
Quentin
was
Richardson?
second in scoring one year when he averaged 23 points per game.
Quentin Richardson.
Now
23 not even
Paige,
getting you an
yeah,
all-star conversation.
Paige,
now.
23, now he probably not even top 40.
Yeah, bro.
There's so many 3-point shooters and motherfuckers on here talking about Sasha Vucevic.
Vucevic.
What did I say? Vucevic?
Vucevic.
I remember when Kobe elbowed Sasha in that practice
Oh.
That's leadership, not punching
Exactly.
the elbow.
because he actually hit him. Make him feel something.
That's why I laughed at that damn post as soon as I seen it, bro.
This what he did. He said,
Hey, I need to get
And then ran.
I need
the
to
other
get
way.
the edit of where it's got that SpongeBob squeak when he tries to hit his
Oh
ass.
my god.
Damn.
And somebody I'm running is crazy. Especially when you got to see him in a locker room.
Especially in a car.
especially when you have, 8 inches over him, too. Out of context.
Any other things about OKC versus Pelicans?
Brandon Ingram should show his ass.
Who's having a better game, Shea or
Probably
Brandon?
Shea.
I'll go
Brandon
Shea.
Ingram.
I think
Brandon
Shea.
Ingram has done that shit in that playoff
He,
before.
you know how he
Hey.
get.
You
But
know
it's
how he
Shea's-
get down.
No, it's not. Never mind.
What you about to say?
I was about to say it's Shea's first time, but it's not.
It's not. This first time
His
as a
first
star.
time as a
Yeah.
It's way different.
Way different.
Let's talk about them other games tomorrow, though. Let's talk about the Bulls.
Yeah, we got the last one is Bulls Raptors.
I got Bulls coming out.
In Toronto. Dang, can we do any previews?
My
You
gosh.
jumping straight to
These
the final
two-
I got
verdict?
Bulls coming
These
out.
two be thirsty.
Can we build up something?
Build it up
Thirsty.
then. Build it up then.
Thirsty people never prosper, is what I was
Oh,
told.
man. The squeaky wheel never gets the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
But you know what you can do? You can run down. Bulls versus Raptors,
Bulls versus
I should have
Raptors.
stayed in character for that one. I should have just did the same thing.
And
Shout out to Don Cannon. Nobody will ever know, but that came from Don Cannon on a mixtape. He started off one of the songs like, I'm going to tell you like Mo G told me. And he did his little drop, Gangsta Grizzly.
Oh,
You can run down there and fuck one. But we going to walk down there and fuck a ball. Cannon.
Raptors Bulls is the last play-in game. Or it's the third play-in game out of the 4. In Toronto, the Raptors have done an amazing job guarding DeMar DeRozan in
As
the
expected.
2 years' time.
Why is it expected?
personnel.
What they got to do with anything?
That if you have the personnel to slow down a guy.
Oh, I thought you
Probably
meant that
slow
they.
down.
I thought you meant that they had the personnel that knew him. I
Oh
was just
no.
talking shit. But yeah,
No.
you're right. Length.
Yeah, the length has bothered DeMar DeRozan. And you obviously need big games from DeMar in a situation like this.
No, I disagree. Seriously,
Okay.
not that you don't need big game. I don't want you. I don't hope anybody thinks that I mean he needs 11 points. But I think Zach LaVine needs to be their best player. This team is different when Zach LaVine is in control.
Well, he's been their best player over the season.
Hey, I've been loving me some Zach.
especially
this
down the
past
stretch,
month.
right? Yeah. He's
Post
been-
All-Star break, Zach LaVine's been amazing.
They need that, and yeah, you want DeMar DeRozan to be able to, contribute.
And one thing about the Bulls too is like, which is kind of is very beneficial, is they really don't turn the ball over much. And the Toronto Raptors, they always try to force turnovers and get out of pass lanes, but Bulls they don't.
What the
do that
fuck you
often.
do? Go to Basketball Reference and
No, I
look at
just
all
watched
the
the
turnover
game.
rankings?
I just watched the game.
Are you sure about that? If you had to guess where they rank in turnovers per game,
Because he said something like that.
I'll say
when we talked about the Lakers, you're like, we're going to help Ja because we turn the ball over the most.
we do. We had like 20
No, yeah,
turnovers
yeah,
against the
y'all
if
Grizzlies.
you had to guess,
Like where y'all rank at?
Mhm.
Top 8.
league average,
Oh,
So
literally.
literally 15.
I just
Wow. It's like 4 teams tied at that one spot. So
the last couple of games I tuned in, this was like, yeah, this the third quarter. They only got one turnover. I'm like, damn. And
that was also against like the Pistons.
Motherfucker watch one game where Luka played
they said
11
the same-
minutes.
They said the same shit over like the course of three, four
No,
games.
it was the game against the Grizzlies where we did not turn the ball over. We had one turnover the whole game.
Y'all game when y'all played us too.
That
y'all-
was an
we had-
anomaly
Well,
game.
the
It
first
was a
game,
game
y'all
back
didn't
and
turn the
won.
ball over at all. We had like
It
20
was literally a
again.
40-point swing.
Right.
That shit was crazy.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I got
Obviously,
Raptors, unfortunately.
Damn, he couldn't give it spiel. You just say fuck what he was saying.
Where's the analysis other than y'all just giving predict? Like, could we?
I just honestly just trust the Raptors more in this series. I don't really trust the Bulls really.
Where does the trust? Wait, time out. Where does the trust come for the Raptors that didn't come from the Bulls?
I just feel like the Bulls.
They're not his team. He doesn't watch them enough.
But I need this. So yeah, let's get into analysis on why we feel the way we feel. Because saying I trust, it means nothing.
How come?
Therapy session with P.
I just can't have more confidence in the team just because I feel like they have better. The personnel of the Raptors.
If I gave you 2 women,
yeah,
and you told me I trust her more than I trust her, I'm going to ask you why. And if you told me I just trust her more, I would say you sound stupid. There is no tangible reason why you trust her. You just do. You just do. That's just not a good analysis. That's just not. So all I'm doing is asking you, and I feel like if I ask you that, you should be able to tell me, well, I trust her because she did this, she did that, she did this, and then the other girl didn't do this. She don't even care about that. Plus, I had found out she lied and stole $20 out of Mike's pocket, so I definitely don't trust. You just telling me I just trust. And I know, how many Raptor games have you watched this season for you to have no trust or all of the trust?
To have a number, I don't have a number to tell you.
Because you probably haven't watched one Raptor game.
I have watched the Raptors play this season.
Who they play?
I don't remember.
I just don't played 82 games.
I just feel like
he could have said 82.
I just literally feel like I've never heard you speak on the Raptors. You're a Pascal Siakam hater. You're a Gary Trent lover. You're an OG Anunoby lover.
Love me some Jakob.
Yes, but you love him from the Spurs, your forgotten team. But no, in all seriousness though.
No, I just feel like defensively what the Raptors can bring and that can really give the Bulls problems. I feel like they have the personnel to do that. I feel like the length is going to bother DeMar. I feel like that mid-range game that he's going to try to get into and force his way into, the Raptors have the ability to slow it down. And once you can slow down DeMar, I think you kind of had a recipe to kind of win the game.
That was much better than saying I just trust the Raptors.
You don't trust the Bulls defense? It's been
fine.
top 10, top 5 all season.
No, it has. But I still feel like the Raptors have enough offense to pull it through.
I feel like their offense be shaky.
Yeah,
that's the thing about both of these teams.
Both of these teams' offense can be shaky at times.
The defense from Toronto obviously is going to matter because Bulls, especially if it gets like real late in game and it's just DeMar taking crazy shots or Zach LaVine, whatever, and they're taking difficult shots, obviously length's going to bother them. But I like the way the Bulls have been sharing the ball really damn well. And I think the role players, it might not be 3 or 4 role players every game, but they'll have where Patrick Beverley has a game, Ayo will have a little game, or Kobe White will have a game. So their role players have been taking a little step up.
Kobe White been having some games.
Where's the jar at? He on watch ball.
We gonna talk about Ayo.
Ayo ain't done a damn thing.
He's been alright. Defensively, I think he's been cool.
Mike, you have not watched more Bulls games than me. I am telling you from watching all 82. Ayo hasn't been on anything, especially the last couple months. Specifically, he's damn near out of the rotation type shit.
That's what happens when you bring Pat Bev in.
And when you're bad. Or you have been
Pat Bev did not contribute to his play going down.
Maybe the minutes.
Yeah.
Mike said, fuck what y'all talking about. I'm going to just make some shit up.
The Bulls role players have been playing well, though.
They've been cool. Of course, you know what I'm rooting for, but the basketball analyst, if you want to call it that, in me, is definitely rolling with the Raptors. I think in the final stretch of the season, they have looked better. And in every game that they've played against the Bulls, even though we're talking about a league average when it comes to turnovers per, they've dominated us in that aspect. I do think that length is too much. The one advantage we do have that I hope we take advantage of is I think Vucevic can be a matchup nightmare for them. But we'll see
Y'all
Vucevic.
gotta give him the ball.
We'll see Vucevic get a lot of touches one game, then no touches the next one, and I think that's gonna hurt us. So of course I'm rooting for my Bulls, but like if we lose, I'm not thinking it's some major upset because I think that the Raptors are a 5-point favorite in that one. I just looked that up too, and I'm kind of ready for the season to be over.
This matchup is the toughest one for me, kind of just because both teams are so
boring, weak as hell in the half court,
and iffy.
That's why they did 9-10.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know what I'm getting at all. This game could be really, really close. This game could be a blowout in either way. This game can go so many different ways. It is ridiculous.
I do feel like if it is a blowout, it's in the Raptors' favors. I don't see the Bulls blowing them out.
I will say.
But then again, I'm sorry to cut you off one more time. The Raptors are like ready to go home too. Nick Nurse and them are already talking about what his life after Toronto and shit like that. Like
he don't know if he's gonna be coaching.
It's already come out that he's pretty confident that he's not coming back as the Toronto Raptors coach next season. And there's been rumors about Houston as a spot or a front office job somewhere. So they have been disappointing. I had them as like the 5 seed coming into the season, and here they are at 9, needing to win 2 games.
Yeah, I don't think they could have predicted the season they got from Fred. That season they got from Fred was just abysmal, and it really just derailed them.
Like I was saying, because I almost forgot
My fault.
that I was talking. No, you good. I just forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. It don't matter.
You was going on how both games, how this game, it can go either way, if that helps you.
I don't know.
Oh.
These teams so fucking weak. Who cares?
I feel like that's what most of America think. We talk about Eastern Conference play-in. We kind of know what's going to happen.
What I was going to say is the Raptors should be the Raptors should win this game. On paper, the Raptors are a much better team, in my opinion. But like you said, Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent,
is Gary
Scotty,
Trent playing?
OG, Pascal,
the last couple of days, they've been waiting to the last very second to put the players' injuries out because
I do like the Bulls defensively, though. I do like the Bulls defensively. And if Alex Caruso can continue being a menace, I think I really think the Bulls can pull this out.
I think the Bulls can too.
I think the Bulls can pull this out, man.
Thank you, guys.
I think they can.
I mean,
I'm not doubting the Raptors, and I won't be surprised if the Raptors won. But I just say I think the Bulls can pull this out.
Because I would trust like you said, if it's a blowout, I would go with the Raptors because I could see them getting hot. Like I've seen OG go out for a quick 20, like quick as hell. Same thing with these other shooters that they got.
We don't have the type of variety on the Bulls where it might be a Gary Trent game and he might have 20. We don't have that in Chicago.
It's more like a quarter. That's it. It's more like y'all have somebody that go out for a quarter.
Maybe. We got like the, oh shit, Patrick Williams, Alex Caruso called 6 turnovers this quarter type stuff. And then that's what we hang our hat on. But other than that, the Pascal matchup should be interesting. Billy Donovan said he hasn't ruled out the idea of starting Patrick Williams tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that he does that after Patrick has come off the bench the last couple months. But the sizing of it, I've seen Alex Caruso guarding Pascal Siakam in the game.
They had him on LeBron.
And we've seen him on Giannis.
They had him on LeBron. So.
And he's good. He's an All-NBA first defensive whatever player, but size does matter, especially in the NBA.
I mean, he plays big.
I was thinking other areas.
He plays big, so he makes up for the lack of size.
Yeah, but against a guy like Pascal,
sometimes there ain't shit you could do though. Too.
This is the moment. This is what I had to remember. The other games we played against them, we got fucking dominated on the offensive glass. The Toronto Raptors will go to the glass and they gonna get a bunch of them because everybody's 6'6" and tall, other than Fred VanVleet. And in the game that we played in February, there was like a couple possessions late in the game where they got 3 offensive boards and eventually hit a 3. That's where they're going to be able to beat us because right now it's either Vooch is getting the rebound or nobody else is.
Patrick Beverley, the greatest rebounding point guard ever.
Oh,
all time.
If you ask him. You see, he'd be riding around in a
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I did see that little video of him.
Rolls. My fault. Rolls. I'm not rich enough to know the pronunciation.
Royals.
Royal. It's supposed to be royalty, right?
It is.
It's probably the car he got from D Rose, remember? Probably.
You remember like I was there in that moment.
He put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Put 2 and 2 together. Cold forever.
Put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, okay. That's the play-in. We got the other series that are like set.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers Suns, man. Come
Clippers,
on.
I'm
no
disappointed
Paul George,
in the
though.
Clippers.
I am. Is it because of no Paul George?
Well, they can't really control that. But they did have their own destiny. And they won that damn game. I would have loved for them to fuck around and get to that 6 seed for their sake. Because if Paul George is not healthy for game 1, game 2, whatever it may be, I just don't see them having that much of a chance in that series, man.
Mm-hmm. What if Kawhi Leonard do it, man?
Hey. But the only thing is he can only guard one person. And he might do a damn good job on that, but let's say he's on Book. Got fucking Kevin Durant. If he's on Kevin Durant, we got Devin Booker. Like, if one of them is going to be spazzing because they don't have to be guarded by Kawhi. And it's the next best option is Nicholas Batum. Mm-hmm. Nicholas Batum is probably going to guard KD. And Kawhi might be on the roam, low-key. He might be guarding the Torrey Craigs of the world to allow him to get in the passing lanes and stuff. I don't like the matchup for the Clippers.
I'm not a fan of that. Kawhi, if they want any chance, he got to start on either Book or KD.
But he also has to carry you.
He has the offensive burden out of this world.
But he's showing us
It's
he
a
can do
7-game
that.
series too.
He's done that.
Well, hopefully you would think that like you could extend the series, but it's a long way to go.
The Clippers haven't notoriously started off that way. In the series against the Mavericks, they didn't start with Kawhi or Paul George on Luka. It was the last 2 games of the series.
That's why they ended up down 2-0.
But they won the series.
They did. But I would rather start off with my best card out.
I think you're just saying it like it's fucking 2K with fatigue.
That's what it sounds like. Kawhi Leonard has had 100 injuries and a lot of low management and stuff. I can't expect him, in all honesty, to be the 26-year-old version of himself when he's with the Spurs, the last year of the Spurs. I can't expect him to do that for a 7-game series against Kevin fucking Durant and then also average 40 for us. He's an all-time great, but he ain't MJ.
Just ask yourself, how often do you see that?
It's rare to even have two-way players like that.
No, it's not often you have a guy like Kawhi Leonard who can do both.
But even if you can, how often?
Jimmy Butler is a perfect example.
Well, Jimmy Butler does.
But he don't even do it full time. He's not guarding Trae Young tomorrow.
I don't know. We'll see. I think it's questionable. I think Jimmy Butler might start on Trae Young.
I think they got a lot of smaller bodies that can do what they do.
Tomorrow's a little different because it's a one-off game.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. One-off game, maybe he will start off. But full 7-game series, you're not guarding Giannis if they win that game. You're not.
That's just too fucking much.
No, if they win, they're going against the Celtics. So he's not starting off on Jason Tatum in game 1. I'll be surprised because you asking him to do everything on offense as well. They're human at the end of the day. Even if Kawhi don't
then they
really
go get to the
it.
fourth quarter and fucking have nothing in
blow
them.
a tire.
And you're going to be like, oh, man. If only they had a little bit more energy. Nah. It's a playoff series.
It's better to have a guy like Nicholas Batum start off on KD and try to contain him at least into the fourth quarter. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that he would eventually run out of juice if he's guarding Kevin Durant for 40 minutes and also
it's taxing.
Doing what he got to do.
He's by himself, too. There is no Paul George, so he's probably going to have times where he's the hub of the offense, like getting buckets, creating, trying to rebound, and then guard the best player.
Luckily for them,
they do got Russ.
Russell Westbrook has looked damn good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's the expectation for him?
Just be the same version he's been.
They need him to be the second best player.
I was going to say, in all honesty, he has to outplay like some guy. He has to, first and foremost, his first thing is to outplay Chris Paul.
I think he could do that.
He has to outplay Chris Paul. Then the next thing is he has to try to match like Devin Booker a little bit.
That's what we can.
Yeah, but for like, I'm trying to say like with you, like it doesn't have to be he got to match his 30 or nothing.
Oh,
like
no.
It could be like
the impact.
Yeah. So I could see it more so in that way. Scoring, if you put in like a scoring aspect, you'd be like,
we know Devin Booker watches.
But yeah. Russell Westbrook, as long as he's having positive impact, I think he's at his best when he's really just like, first of all, he's kind of running around. And then second of all is when he's just making everybody else better. I think that Paul George and Kawhi, yes, they can make plays for each other, but they don't got nobody that really get people the ball like that. I seen Russell have times where like 5 possessions in a row, he got an open shot or something like that. So I think just him spreading the ball around and getting other people's going, and then you can kind of like, I think it's more probable for Kawhi to have those 30s or 40s and take over in that fourth if other people are going. It's not all damn game he's got to do it.
I love the idea of Russell Westbrook really attacking offensive glass because they're not probably going to be really guarding him. If he can make himself useful since they're not going to be boxing him out, and he's one of the best rebounding point guards we've ever seen, go get on offensive glass. Put pressure on CB3 to have to do something because you can't just sag off you the whole game. Make him have to box you out and have to come guard you, and that's one way you could do it.
But if you tagging that offensive glass, you ain't getting that offensive rebound. You better have all of the energy to dump back because Chris Paul is going. Mm-hmm. They're getting out in transition.
Slow
the shit that happened with Mason Plumlee and Bones Highland also was like that cherry on top for it too. Because
that was the most random.
Bones, both of them just got there, but Bones, you already got a little shaky background and like locker room type stuff. Why the hell is you like, bro? You could just see, like, he was trying to get into it with her.
Yeah.
I would let her know what was the context of that.
Guys just
they were down to the Suns, who was playing Darius Baisley 40 minutes. It's like
you think Bones told him to block some shots, grab some rebounds.
I think when the Clippers can, hold their own is when we start talking about the rotation and the second units and stuff, because they're more deep team than what the Suns are.
Yeah, especially with Norman Powell coming off that bench.
But the luxury of the Suns is that you can always have one of the 4 players on the court at the same time, and that can kind of hold you over while Terrence Ross is not playing defense or whatever. No disrespect out to T. Ross, but like the Clippers have the more deep team, and that's gonna help. But ultimately, the star power is probably winning the series. So I got.
Or can the better coach win the series?
I'm expecting them rotation to shorten up.
Who do y'all think is the better coach in this series?
Ty Lue.
I would say Ty Lue too. I don't really know how Ty Lue is. Like
Ty Lue feels like the better X's and O's guy.
I feel like Monty Williams more is like the personal coach.
Yeah. It's everybody except for DeAndre Ayton, of course.
Yeah.
What y'all expect from him?
DeAndre Ayton?
He really is the cherry on top for them to like blow this team out the water.
Yeah. And luckily, for the Clippers' sake, at this point now, they do have the bigs to match up with him. Mason Plumlee. So like I think they have Zubac. They do have the depth at that big spot to match up with him. So
Marcus Morris gonna have to have some big games.
See, he hasn't played in a minute. Even out of rotation.
No Paul George. He's a guy that can make some shots, man. Norman Powell too. I said Kawhi was bad, so I'll take that back. Norman Powell has to have some big games as well.
No, he does. And honestly, because I think over the course of the season, I've been really up and down. I think I even came up here like I'm kind of done putting them expectations on DeAndre Ayton, but I still look at him like Zubac is good, and Mason Plumlee, he's whatever right now, but you should be able to kill those dudes. And I'm not talking about just go get 25 or something. He should be able to kill these dudes on the glass. And again, this comes back to that motor thing, but he's got the leverage on these dudes.
Yeah, maybe 15 and 10.
Terrence Mann, but they got some guys, man, that could kind of chip in and take as much pressure off of.
Luckily, Terrence Mann, one of those guys that's always ready. Like when his number's called, he ready.
Yeah,
and he don't care if he's playing a lot of minutes or none. If you call him, he coming to hoop. So I do love that about him.
Suns in 6 would be my prediction.
I'll go Suns.
I might go 5.
7.
I would say Suns.
I'll say it's gonna go 7.
Damn. So you expecting Paul George to come back?
No, I'm expecting Kawhi to be on some robot shit. Just go crazy.
Okay.
Suns in 5 if there's no Paul George.
Yeah.
If Paul George comes back, Suns in 7.
Let's head out east. What is it? 4-5 is Knicks Cavaliers. The only series we knew was gonna happen for like fucking 3 months now. Like we've known this. I feel like we've talked about it already, but it's official, and it's happening. Starting in Cleveland as the home court advantage team. I think this has potential without knowing what the play-in looks like. Actually, I think this might be the best series in the first round.
Easily.
Sacramento Warriors is pretty damn interesting too.
I don't know if they can match this one.
Oh no, man.
Especially the way everybody talking about how the Suns got that. I mean, the Warriors got that.
I guess they are the favorite on Vegas.
Well, this might be
minus 300
like the
for the Warriors.
Crazy.
I feel like the most grinded out.
That's what's gonna be the best.
Yeah, because Kings Warriors, I feel like that's gonna be a lot of fun offense. But this is like hard-nosed teams going at it. So I like this. But
on the other side though, the Knicks and the Cavs are top offenses too. They might have the reputation of being defensive-minded teams, but they both got good offenses too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how to call this one, bro. I think my gut is leaning towards the Cavs, and
it is good.
His look good, but I am up 6 pounds though. If you ain't noticed,
pure muscle.
And I think part of that has to do with them having the bodies to. I don't want to use the word stop because contain some of the penetration and the otherworldly performances that Julius Randle puts on every once in a while.
Yeah,
I
that's kind of why I'm more so leaning Cavs too. I think the Evan Mobley Julius Randle matchup will be a very important one, and I think
defensive player of the year.
And I think defensively,
he's winning it.
Yeah,
right, as of right now, Evan Mobley's the DPOY.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
I was not expecting that.
And you know what makes it worse for me?
What?
Because I've wanted to buy Evan Mobley cards, collect Evan Mobley cards for the last couple years, and I was waiting for the market to blow, and it did. Right now, cards are very, very cheap. But they're still expensive. They're cheaper than what they were in the bubble, like when we were in the pandemic. But when this man wins Defensive Player of the Year and eventually goes to the playoffs and does have one good game, that $200 card is now $400 again. And I'm pissed about it because I've been wanting to collect this man for a couple seasons now. But I can't. I've been priced out of collecting one of my favorite young players in ball.
Yeah.
I've been priced
The
out.
resale game.
This is fucking ridiculous, Mike. Everything that I want to collect has crazy resale. I don't sell sneakers. I don't resell sneakers. I don't resell cards. I just want to collect.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to pay as if I'm reselling these things down the line. I'm not investing. Just want to hold the shit. And I can't.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get
you.
in today and buy like $1,000 worth
But you know
of
what you can do?
cards.
Shout out to So Rare, the newest fantasy sports game out there. Their weekly competitions can win you NBA tickets and player cards.
That was a crazy transition. Bravo to you.
You can get to have a mobile card.
I like tangible. I like to hold the cards. And
I know what
so
you mean.
Rare's not tangible. It's not fungible.
You can't hold the MLB The Show cards and you put money in the game to get them cards.
Yeah, but I know what I'm getting into with those.
Okay.
I know they're gonna be going in 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And I accept
You're
that.
investing in your entertainment.
Yeah, I'm investing in spending 8 hours doing a mini season for it to fucking crash and I have to restart. MLB, fix your shit, bro.
I'm
Damn.
gonna start my mini seasons today.
I don't
man.
even know if it's worth it because you're crashing.
Okay, then
I
I'm
started
not
my
starting mini
shit.
seasons
I
today.
started my shit when we first bought the game.
I'm telling you, P, if you keep going, it's gonna crash on game like 26
I'm
out
not,
of 28.
I'm not
See,
gonna
yeah, I
fuck with it.
can't do that, bro.
Yeah.
I can't do that because honestly, them games be taking too damn long.
Cavs Knicks.
Not if you're doing it right.
What,
Hit 2 home runs in the first inning,
And
then
just
bunt for the
keep-
rest of the way. That's
Yeah.
what I've been doing to get rid of them.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out.
But you
I
know
like
me,
my
I'm also a
stats.
little weak, so
True.
I be trying to get as
I be
much
trying to
reps as
practice
I be
too,
trying to
yeah.
get as
and
much
you get
reps in
parallel
practice
from
as-
it just
yeah,
from
yeah.
playing. True, but if you worried about time, then you shouldn't be worried about parallel. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Cavs Knicks.
Cavs Knicks.
As a Knicks fan, I'm going with the Cavaliers.
Ooh.
They're just a better team than us, if I'm being honest.
Have we heard any big updates about Julius? Like green light?
I'm sure they're out there. I haven't really
I'm gonna
seen
look 'em
because
up.
I've always anticipated that he would play. He's had enough time to
Right.
chill. We ain't been rushing him. But I just think that front court is monstrous. I'm not trying to doubt my team. Obviously, y'all know what I hope happens. But as an analyst, putting my bias to the side, that front court is serious and that back court is serious, and that's a wild combination. And we kind of have some strong points too. But I don't know if we have that power to match. That's 4 guys. That's
Yeah.
4 legitimate guys. We have Brunson, we have Julius, and we're going to have to need everybody else to kind of do what they've been doing. So that's like, man, what are we getting from RJ? As much as you want him to have these explosive games and be able to match a Donovan or a Garland, that felt like a lot to ask
That's a
of
lot.
him. Emmanuel quickly we believe in. But is that going to be enough to match up to what they have? We have a great team. I love our team, and I think we can compete with them, and we're going to make this series interesting. I definitely think we can take this to 6, potentially 7. But ultimately, with the Cavs having their home court, with the front court that they have, with them potentially having the Defensive Player of the Year, who can take up so much space with all of the range that he has,
Switchability too.
Jared Allen is going to match Mitchell Robinson and maybe can contain Mitchell Robinson off of the offensive glass, which is another thing that's tough playing against 2 teams that have almost 2 7-footers. And we haven't even gotten to the fact that Donovan Mitchell has been this explosive offensive playoff performer, which is a nightmare for anybody whose team is going against him. And then to top it all off, Darius Garland can do the same shit and have 30 and 10. So with all of that being said and with all that information, I have to pick them because if my Knicks had 4 guys like the Cavs, I'd be rocking with my Knicks. So if I take my bias aside and just think basketball-wise, the Cavs have everything to win this series, and I think they should. We definitely, like I said, are going to make them earn it. We're going to beat them up some, and, you know, they're going to be a little bruised up for whoever they play next round.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have that puncher's chance to win.
I respect that.
You know, if RJ Barrett come out and he's just like, whoa, where did the fuck did this guy come from? We can win this series.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and I like the Cavs team. I like what they did. I like how they bought into the guys they drafted. They believed. And now they reaping the benefits. They are a really good team, really good coach team. We are too. And that's why I think this has the potential to be the best series because we can go in and steal one. They can come into Garden and steal one. Julius Randle could have a 40-point game. Brunson can have a 40-point game. Donovan Mitchell could have a 40, 50-point game. Darius Garland can have 30 and 10. Like this Allen can have 16 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson could have 15. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing I think that it does sway our way is that bench and that depth.
That was gonna be my point. You guys definitely have him on the depth portion. Definitely got maybe the 6 man of the year. I saw some polling there. The ones that I saw, it was 12 votes that have been confirmed, and it was 7 in the favor of Quickly. So Quickly might end up winning 6 man of the year. You got that. You got Josh Hart as well. Like, y'all have the depth over them where you don't. I won't use the word rely on because that's a stretch, but they have people like Dean Wade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your 7th and 8th best player is better than theirs.
Yeah.
But as you're arguing, their top 4, got y'all beat right
Yeah,
now.
because honestly, as long as you got Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell, your offense is gonna be It's not like you're gonna be really struggling, but both of them out there is gonna be dangerous. I mean, I agree with what you said, because honestly, I've been looking at a lot of these like just playoff series in general. It's just like, what team just has to play their game versus what team has to come out and do everything right. And I think you said it like Julius Randle having 40 against, I think, Evan Mobley would be crazy. I think he can do it, but it's just like, I would think that it's more likely that Donovan Mitchell has a 40-point game or something like that. I've been real big on Jalen Brunson. I like his game. I like how strong he is, for his type of size.
I can see him having a better series.
That's why when he was saying
Randle.
RJ Barrett, RJ Barrett, I'm thinking Jalen Brunson got to get down in the series, because they're gonna need to match that guard play for real.
The Knicks are 3-1 now. Regular season is always hard to look at
because also there's injuries,
back to backs, and a lot of different factors. But I didn't realize it was 3-1. In one of those games, Julius Randle didn't play. Oh, that was the last game where Brunson had 48. They played against each other.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a better series than Randle.
I think so too. Just because
scoring wise and shit like that.
Yep, I think so too. Just because like that size going. Julius Randle's been hitting so many crazy shots. It's gonna be even crazier now. You're gonna do it over a potential defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I mean last time
he does it though.
I mean,
I don't know.
None you could say. Because last playoff run, it was a tough one for him. Because I think a part of that was there was nobody to alleviate the pressure from him. Now he has those options. So I'd expect him to be better.
Player in that series against the Hawks.
Also, it was like trapping him, and I feel like that was just new to him. It was just foreign to him.
John Collins decided to play defense,
and he got under his skin.
That was like when John Collins was trying to play for that bag.
He got paid.
He did. That series got him paid.
I was going to say something
about the Knicks.
What was I going to say?
He's moving on.
I forgot, man.
I'm going with the Cavs in this series.
I'll go Cavs in 6.
Yeah. Okay. 3-6 in the East. We'll stay here. It's Philly versus Brooklyn. Probably the least interesting out of the first round matchups, if I'm being honest with you, as far as the ones we know.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna say is, this is why I'm wishing, and I say this politely, I'm wishing on a downfall of the Miami Heat. Because I truly believe Jimmy Butler could be the missing piece for this Knicks team to go to a whole nother sphere.
I was trying to figure out where you were going with it.
I was like, maybe they could have had a different matchup.
If some way we can have some fight and the Heat can take a step back and we could put them together a package to get Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler comes with Brunson, Randle, Robinson. We still got Quickly, give them RJ Barrett, give them Toppin, maybe Quentin Grimes. I don't know.
In my series, I forced them to trade Obi, RJ, and 2 picks for Kawhi.
Oh, shit.
Because the Clippers were ass.
Let me put this pillow on myself.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Holy shit. Kawhi.
I'm expecting Philly to come out.
Kawhi in the Garden. Kawhi.
They've been on Kawhi would seem like a crazy.
Don't get me started.
They might clash.
Yeah, no, that's why they might clash.
Thibodeau like, I need 40 minutes. Kawhi's like, I'm not playing tonight.
I'm not. Yeah,
I don't feel like it.
I don't really feel like.
Yeah, because Thibodeau, he's gonna play his stars 40+ minutes.
Yeah.
So
and that's a long.
That's what he got. Yeah, quick.
That's a long way back to Cali too. That's the farthest you could be in the States.
Yeah. I don't think the Clippers will ever trade Kawhi, mostly because he's the one that came to their organization. Even if it cost them 7 first-round picks, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to make it happen, he the one that did it.
All NBA for all NBA.
Who all NBA?
Julius Randle, you saying?
I'm talking about Kawhi, because it's been a minute since Kawhi been all NBA.
You know he can be.
He definitely played like it. Yeah, let's get to this next series. They'll probably get the least amount of talking. All I need them to do is win one game. I need the Nets to win one game so I can win that bet against Darrick.
Yeah, I had the bet. I was gonna say I'm expecting Philly to just come out and bust their ass.
They should,
but
one game.
It's got to be a game where your team is hot and Philly just can't hit shit.
Yeah,
it's just how shit works. But
it's the way basketball is.
And also they play a little defense, so that's always gonna give you that little chance.
What do y'all? They were 11, I think 17 since the Kevin Durant trade, so it's not great.
Let's put this challenge on the Sixers then. Get them out of the way.
Sweet.
I agree.
Don't let them get a game.
Yeah.
That should be the Sixers challenge. That's
Because if they win this, who
They would go against Boston versus
you
Miami.
gonna need, you gonna need as much
Rest.
as you can. You're
Much
gonna need
rest,
as much
yeah.
as you can. Don't let this hang around.
I agree. That's all we got to talk about. I just think Nicholas Claxton, as great as he is, he's going to be too small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. They just don't have
Scares me a little
anything
bit,
for
yeah.
him, man.
And then the backup is Day'Ron Sharp. Even though I heard on, I think it was Zach Lowe's podcast, that Day'Ron Sharp, because he played 500 minutes, he qualifies for like his stats to matter. You know how sometimes like unqualified because they don't have X amount of minutes. He has the highest offensive rebound percentage in the history of basketball with those 500 minutes. Isn't that crazy? Better than
he'd be playing a lot more minutes for me.
You're gonna find him around the rim.
Low.
Yeah.
I'll go get a team with him, offensive rebounding, Tyus Jones, not turning the ball over. Boy.
Just get Luke Kennard too, because he shot 50% from three since getting traded.
Yeah, come on.
54% from
Cal
three.
Anderson.
They'd be like, how the hell did this guy got a 50-win team with no All-NBA player?
It's like
Bunch of guys just play
that
the game the
Nuggets
right
team.
way.
The Nuggets team
Wait,
from
Iggy?
a few years ago. Not a few years ago. A
the
little bit more than a few years
2013
ago. I don't know what year it was.
Iggy Gallinari, JaVale,
Oh, yeah.
Ty
They
Lawson.
were up there, even though they didn't have
Wilson
Lawson.
Chandler.
What happened to you?
Oh, that Nuggets team was sexy.
Ty Lawson saw Moutier get drafted and was smoking hookah on Instagram Live.
Yes.
Pissed.
Salty, yeah.
Pissed.
I don't know why. Emmanuel Moutier ain't do shit.
He watched that hoop mixtape and was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm in trouble.
Oh, fuck.
All he had to do was come work and just do your shit. I promise you, just probably still had your job.
He probably why Emmanuel Emmanuel Moody ain't do what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be a vet.
Yeah.
He there trying to compete. Sabotaging him on purpose. No, youngin, you don't gotta have no left hand. Yeah, they was lying.
No, you got to get into the gym a little bit earlier. We just show up late.
Yeah, this shit like AAU.
No, you gotta have a left hand. Is crazy.
They just be saying that to
Was it Emmanuel Moutier left-handed?
No,
he was right.
right-handed.
Damn.
3-6 on the other side.
3-6 on the other side is the Warriors versus Kings.
Sacramento, like that beam.
Negative 300 for the Warriors, man.
That's crazy, bro. It's so crazy that the betting odds are that much in the favor of the Warriors. I understand it, obviously. I mean, pedigree, experience,
But
Wiggins.
also, this Kings team ain't a team to play around with, man.
That
they
first
serious.
playoff game is going to be loud as fuck. If you watching on mute, you're doing a disservice because it's going to be crazy atmosphere.
Saturday?
What if Steph and Clay just come in and just silence?
I think they start Saturday. Yeah.
Steph and Clay can come out and silence that crowd immediately.
I don't think they will, though. Because even if they're about 20, I feel like the fans are going to be this is their first playoff game in 17 years.
I don't know. It's hard to get loud for a
Motherfuckers
playoff
can
game when you got
drive
20.
now. Between the last time they made the playoffs, if you were born on that day, you now have a license, gang. That's crazy. So they could be down 3-0 in the series. Or how do we do this? They win the first, they lose the first two. They could be just losing the series, and the fans are gonna go crazy because that's what they do. And I respect.
They had a hell of a season, so I wouldn't even be mad at it. But
Yeah.
in the moment,
It's just unfortunate that they had to get matched up with the Warriors in the first round.
Is it though?
I was gonna say, is it?
I mean, maybe it's a blessing. If they come out and they can really take care of them, then shit, maybe it was a blessing.
And it could be like a double-ended sword too, in terms of like how the Kings think about this too, because we're all saying, and I think people believe the Kings can beat this damn Warriors team. Like,
Yeah.
but it's also like
Harrison
this is a
Barnes
team that's just
revenge.
like we beat this Warriors team that has Hall of Fame Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond. Like we have we could actually win these series out here like that. So I think it could be beneficial. Just like take this. Bust their ass. Bust the Warriors' ass.
And I'm happy to see that Wiggins is probably going to be back for game one. I wonder what is his minute? Like, is he starting? Like, are they immediately putting him in the starting lineup, coming off the bench? But just having him back just adds, like, some more continuity to the team.
Yeah, depth.
Like, and depth and just a guy who can really defend and just
But
give you, like, a nice third option.
You know what's also, clutch itself for him and adding Wiggins back? He rebounds the ball.
Yeah,
that's
he
some
does.
shit that they need. I remember he was having really big rebound games for them last postseason.
Yeah, and he's the guy you can't just, like, as we saw last year when they tried to put Luka on him, you can't just put your worst defender on me and expect me not to cook him. Andrew Wiggins is the guy who can really go out there and get his shots. So you can't forget he averaged 23 points in a game at one point in his career. So
Yeah,
Wiggins
KB thought he was going to be out the league in 4 years.
Yep.
That was on that TTW out of context.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
What a great time that was.
We just was saying shit.
Yeah.
Just vibes
Who
and saying
said that shit about Zoe?
Yeah, who said that shit about Zoe?
He talking about he need to be in the G.
Yeah. Who hyped him up?
That shit was like two games in.
Who hyped him up?
Stop.
Who hyped him up, Mike?
Certain Bulls fan, man.
Now hyping up.
Couldn't wait till he got to the damn Bulls.
What did I say? He need to change his jump shot. And what did he do to shoot 40%?
He adjusted. He didn't change it.
a little
It's
bit.
the same shit, KB.
It's a little bit more
He
fluid.
was shooting like this.
He still
He
do the
still
same
shoot.
thing.
He still got a lot of
He
similarities in
just
the jump.
adjusted it.
All right. Okay.
Adjusting and changing is the same thing.
No, it's not.
Talk to him, Darrick.
No, it's not.
Darrick, the human dictionary.
No, it's not.
An adjustment is the same thing as a change. They're in the same
No,
thing.
it's not. Because
Mhm.
I can run.
He was shooting from the opposite side of his head, and he no longer does that.
But it's still the same thing.
He did, I was saying he should not shoot across his body.
Okay,
And he
fucking
no longer-
shot doctor
he
from
no
San
longer
Antonio.
he no longer does that, which is a change.
It's a way more fluid shot, faster.
It's faster.
and it's like, yes.
Yeah, for sure. He made adjustment. Hey,
He changed it.
hey,
He
listen.
changed it.
It's crazy, bro. What is happening?
I don't know an NBA player who hasn't made adjustment to his jump shot from coming into the league. Go
Has
look at
LeBron made an adjustment?
Yes. Go look at early LeBron when his shit was
Yeah.
like that versus how smooth it is now. Go look at Kobe when he first came into the league
We're
versus Kobe.
We're talking
throughout-
semantics. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, but
Adjustment versus change.
They
That's
made
semantics.
adjustments. I can run a motion offense,
You
and
still
I can
think
make
about
it.
Kawhi, by the way?
Huh?
You still think about Kawhi?
No, I just the
Oh,
was
okay.
comfortable. You're crazy. I can run a motion offense, and I can make an adjustment. I didn't change my offense. I'm still running a motion offense. I just made an adjustment.
We're talking semantics. That's what's happening right now.
You feel me, Mike?
Yeah.
Phil Jackson
But
had
that's
the
make it- that's
Phil
what I
Jackson
feel.
had the triangle offense, but he made certain adjustments. It was still the triangle, baby. It was still the triangle.
Yeah, you do
Fundamentally,
make
it
adjustments
is
throughout the
change.
game.
Angie told you was going 25 seconds. You made a slight adjustment. Now you up to 50. W time.
Is that
A minute.
change?
I'm a 4 minute.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Minute Man. Minute Maid.
Oh, never mind.
Thank you for going low with the joke.
That's what every NBA player needs, just like on the bench, is that pillow, so you can just punch that instead of somebody else.
Yeah, I agree.
That
Or you don't
might
got to
go
punch no
bad.
wall.
I will be. Listen.
Well, it's happened 4 times in the last 20 years. I think we don't need
Listen,
to start adding
I
shit.
will work for the Knicks as their personal pillow holder for anybody who needs their frustrations out.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Imagine Julius Randle coming to the bench mad as fuck.
I'm gonna say Julius. No, I'm not putting it in front of me.
I thought you was about to.
Who's one person you not standing in front of that pillow for?
Julius Randle.
Serge
Demontis
Ibaka.
Sabo-
when
Serge
in his
Ibaka?
prime.
Demontis
Steven
Sabonis.
Adams.
Marcus Morris might be that person.
Steven
Demontis
Adams.
Sabonis is too fucking strong. bro.
Sabonis? Yeah, Sabonis.
He's too
Steven
strong.
Adams. Steven
Yeah,
Adams
Adams.
don't seem like he would punch the
And
pillow.
Paul
he's not
George
punching
is on his
anything.
podcast talking about he don't lift weights. And Russell Westbrook don't lift weights. I'm like, how the fuck are these dudes that big? He said David West used to be cut just from doing push-ups. Like, hey, P, I don't lift weights. This is just push-up. One hand
just-
push-ups. And
That's
shit.
old
Genetic
head ass
lottery.
shit.
That's just
Yeah,
his
it has to be.
genetic lottery.
I remember when he was talking about, Pat Bear was talking about how Russell Westbrook got on a plane eating a salad with just lettuce.
Just lettuce.
And I was just like, that don't even sound like healthy.
What?
Like, eating just lettuce isn't
What
like
the fuck
considered
do you
healthy.
be talking about?
Wait, just lettuce or just greens? Because those
Just
are the,
lettuce. Just lettuce. He said
But he
just plain
meant the
lettuce.
green part
I
of
think
the
he just
fucking
means
salad.
no way he was just
He's from
eating
Chicago, so he said lettuce. But it's the salad with
iceberg lettuce.
salad with no toppings though. So it is kind of just lettuce.
Just
Yeah.
lettuce.
But it's like there's no sauce, he said.
But like a mix and mix where it's like spinach and arugula. and
Probably.
But like, you
stuff
should probably have like some sort of protein.
But to
in
say
there.
it's
He
not,
should,
I thought
maybe.
you was gonna say it sounds like
Who
it's
in
not.
better shape?
Who we listening to here?
Yeah, no,
Who in better
you're right.
shape now?
I thought you was gonna say it sound like it don't taste good. You say it shit sound like it's not healthy.
No, it is healthy,
That
but it's
motherfucker
like
run up and down the court all day talking about he need to be more healthy.
I asked Dad to give me a award. He told me, "Whew." The fucking thing right there. Nigga tells me, "Whew."
Y'all is crazy.
Nigga Derrick still ain't got a PC because he thought it's too heavy.
He did say, he said, I'm going out. He said, matter of fact, I was just looking at it right here.
Oh, where the fuck you gonna get a PC?
I don't know.
It's just not. I just don't expect it to happen. It's not happening. Because if one of us is not buying it for him, he's not gonna do it.
Why
No,
the
I
fuck
had to
did
buy him an
Buy
Xbox.
him a damn Xbox.
Why did you build an entire desk? You just be at the desk like this. It just be an empty desk. Just an empty desk.
He probably got his game up there though.
But he don't be on the game, man.
Oh, true. He spent like 2 days putting that desk
Bro,
together, too.
hey.
He said he fucked up a piece and had to take it apart
Yes.
and redo it.
Hey, shout out to my good sis Angie. I know this motherfucker be having you scratch your head. Because if I was in a relationship, if I was Angie and I was dating you and I saw you do all of that and take money and buy it, I would be like, what are you doing? This could be we could be using this space for some whole
Does it
other
have
shit.
RGB?
What's the RGB?
That's the lights.
lights?
The lights.
Oh yeah.
it's the
Those are
lights.
on there too.
Did you have to manually put the lights on?
Yeah.
So you even put the fucking lights on and you still ain't using it.
I turn the lights on.
You go this out. It's just one room that's blue and then it's red and then it's green.
It is. It is.
I have the same desk. The lights is easiest. That's probably the
It's just
easiest
putting
shit.
it on the
yeah,
back?
you
Yeah.
just gotta take off the
Kinda
little
just
strip
like you gotta like
and just stick
strip
it on there. So that's
Like
probably
a
the
sticker?
easiest thing. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, that does that. I didn't put my dad put that desk together. And
Your
that
dad
shit took
does
him a minute.
everything.
No, he don't. He helps me with my.
Oh my
computer
God,
shit.
you so literal. Your dad don't wash your ass. You have to do that yourself.
Anything that has to be built, your dad has done.
I built majority of the shit that's in my place.
Bro,
Like,
I
you
have the same.
6 things.
I have the same couch. You don't build it. You just slide the cushion into the thing. Cut the cap.
Okay, I put that together.
Were you counting that?
I mean, I'm just saying, it's not like he put my whole shit together.
Did your dad build your PC?
Yeah, he did.
Did he build your desk?
He did.
He
Who
built
put
your
your
TV
TVs on the
stand.
wall?
Some random dude.
Okay, so it wasn't your dad. Did your
No.
dad pay for that?
No.
Okay. Who built the stand that the other TV's on?
I don't know where we got that shit from. Oh no, I put that together. That I literally just bought that.
That's
I put
why
that
it was
together.
shaking when we walked in.
Yeah.
It was shaking.
Yeah.
It was shaking. That shit been perfect. Perfect. Holding that TV up fast.
Who carried that shit in, man? You got
Me.
it's a long walk. to
Oh,
that shit.
man.
Long fucking
Who put that table and chairs together? Me.
Who put this shit together? Me. That's who.
Yeah, walking to your apartment sound exhausting with all that shit.
That's why you gotta get them salads. Just only lettuce.
Just only let
you
I'm finna get my shit.
should get a wagon. Actually, no, you can't get a
I would
wagon.
argue you already got
No,
one.
you know what I D-Mills, you know what I was thinking? I was like, that shit was
Oh, you have an elevator. You can't use a wagon.
I was thinking, bro, I should get one of them shits. They be
It's an elevator in there?
Yes.
I wouldn't use it if I were you.
Bro, it's like 6 stairs to get to the...
It's like,
But I'm talking about if he has a lot of stuff.
But no, I was thinking about getting. I should
everything.
get one of them things where them the carts you can put all
Yeah.
your groceries in. It'd just be one trip.
So you just a lazy ass
Same
guy.
thing. And it's
I
just on
literally
the
just
same-
said a wagon.
it's on the same-
I didn't know that was
Just
called
a
a wagon.
lazy ass guy.
Oh, that's a cart. I
yeah, I know what
bought
you're
a
talking
wagon
about,
when we
though.
moved, and we were able to
No,
literally
because
put so many
I
boxes in
seen
it.
you with a literal wagon. I was thinking more so that shit that you see like probably elderly people with because they be
Yeah.
walking and shit. They just be putting all their bags in the one.
I got a
cart.
cart full of shit to finish the full furnishing of my shit. I'm trying to figure out if
Like
I
an
wanna have
online
them-
cart?
Had them, yeah, it's like
Oh,
I want to see if how much did it cost to have them come out and do it.
That's a plus. If you can afford to have somebody else do it,
Yeah.
I would say do it. To have somebody else
Hey,
do it
come
every
do
time.
this shit and put it right there, man.
especially the amount of TVs.
IKEA
hurry
has
the
that
fuck up.
service, but they wanted like an extra $70 to put together the bookshelf. The bookshelf took me like 30 minutes, so I was like, it's not even worth
See,
it.
that's the thing. It's like a certain stance.
It
I'm like,
depends.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It depends on how intricate it is.
Yeah.
And
If
then
it's
it's
got
like-
hella screws
Yeah.
and all this type of pieces.
Certain
and
shit,
it's
I'm like,
no.
Because I'm notorious for fucking something up and not
Facts.
going back.
And y'all said with IKEA, you can't fuck
You
up.
cannot fuck up on a lot of
Oh
IKEA
yeah,
stuff.
shit that you
cannot.
can't fuck
on
up
that-
on. I don't go back.
On that
This is
TV
literally
stand that I had,
yeah,
I
you
fucked
had
up a
to,
little
yeah.
bit. I kept going though.
On my bookshelf, Tim Anderson.
Yeah, Tim
On my bookshelf, you got to nail the shit, the back.
Oh.
Some of the nail was coming. I'm like, I'm just flipping on this side. You ain't gonna see that shit. I stream. Nobody has ever seen the fact that the little piece of the back of the bookshelf is a little fucked up. It's okay.
Yeah,
Get the
it's
job done.
Yeah,
As long as
As
that
long
bitch,
as it's up and
yeah,
it's
as long
doing
as that
the
bitch
job.
stand up and cool. Hey, cool.
Hey, this is why I love this fucking show. We were talking Warriors versus Kings and ended up talking about building furniture. That's crazy.
Building furniture builds a little character.
And we going to the Cubs game tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
My first Cubs game ever. My first
I'm
time
excited,
ever being
man.
in Wrigley Field. I've been
Well,
to
at least some
Wrigleyville.
of us are going.
Like,
I'ma have
yeah,
to get
why
that-
are you not coming?
I actually got some shit I got to do tomorrow.
Mm.
You got a
I
little
don't want
date.
coming.
No, I don't have a date. I have some business to take care of for future shit. I don't want to say where I'm going. I'll tell y'all after because, somebody might, location purposes.
Okay, right. You do got them ops. They be
Yeah.
listening to the show and shit.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
So we going?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never been to Wrigley. I'm geeked.
You ever been to Wrigleyville?
Yeah, drove through.
Okay.
I might have grabbed something to eat like one time in Wrigleyville, but I don't really be up in
It's gonna be
Wrigleyville like
bussin'.
that. Yeah,
I hope it's not though.
I think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be
a
busting.
day game.
It's gonna be busting.
Yes.
On
1
a
o'clock
regular
game.
games, most of them times them bitches is busting.
It's finna to be bussing. It's gonna be night. It's finna be
See,
bussing.
the only time I've been to Wrigley, it was like a Saturday day game, so it was crazy. I was like, okay, it's Saturday, but now we're going on a Wednesday. I was like,
It's
Oh,
Wednesday. Off the strength alone, the weather in Chicago is breaking. It's the first time when we got in 70 for a full week. It's finna be
Yeah.
bussing.
true.
It's finna be bussing. You driving? Cause we Ubering. Cause we finna get fucked up.
I'm driving because I got somewhere to slide to after.
Oh, okay.
You know, Weezy always got extra plays.
Fake importance. Fake importance.
Don't do that.
Fake importance.
Don't do that. You know,
I'm
what
finna
I'm
go
saying?
link with
It's definitely date night. It's definitely date night.
Oh, okay. Then not fake importance.
Yeah. So you know we gonna whip.
With
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I had to squeeze that
Hey,
into the schedule.
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, because if you don't do what you gotta do, it'll never get done.
Facts. 1,000%. So, you know what I'm saying? We had to, very solid individual. We had to make that play happen. So we gonna do that.
You a smart man.
I appreciate
What's the
that, man.
vibes?
You know what, man? You know what? We're acquaintances through a close friend of mine. So I got like a little bit of tea on the situation. And, she been out the game for a while, just working on herself, but ain't really done, a traditional like dinner and drinks after type of thing. You feel me? And she was like, man, that'd just be so nice for her to just have an experience like that. Just like a real nice dinner, real nice little drinks after a cool little spot with a view. So yeah, I say it's you got me thinking about location, but nah, this is fine. It's called the Roby. I don't know if anybody heard of it. It's in
Shout out to Isaiah.
It's in Wicker Park.
Did you just get a job somewhere?
It's like
Yeah, the Knicks.
oh, shit.
the best view of downtown Chicago that's not in downtown Chicago.
Mm.
So like you get a view of the whole skyline. I think it's like one of the tallest like rooftops that's not in the like downtown Michigan Ave area.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a cool little vibe. My homie put me on like last summer or something like that. And I faithfully be up there like all the time.
Okay.
It's like a cool little spot.
Okay. Well, I want y'all boys to get yourselves ready, because I do believe that they have frozen margs.
Oh,
aka
snap.
the DAX.
The DAX.
So
Hey, I didn't know what a daiquiri was.
You didn't know what a daiquiri was?
so this is the story, and I'm gonna be quick because I know I gotta get a haircut and KB gotta get it. So listen, we go into the ballpark. You don't listen to directions, so you stuck at the door. We going in. We gotta instantly go get the daiquiris because we already missed so much time. I had to piss. Line was long. I say, Weezy, the daiquiri station is right over there. I want you to go so you don't have to wait for me because this line is long. He say, bet. Go up, piss, whatever. Come out. Mama walk up to me like, yeah, she ain't got daiquiris. I'm like, huh? I turn, I'm looking dead at the daiquiri. He like, yeah. She said all they got is frozen margaritas. I'm like, bro, that's the same fucking shit. He like, oh, for real? I ain't know what a daiquiri was. I'm like, yeah,
It's so
it's a
bad.
frozen margarita. It's
I'm looking for it on the menu. It didn't say. So I was like, well, let me be thorough and ask the lady.
Yeah.
I go and ask the lady. She's like, no, we don't have no daiquiri. I was like, dang, well, do you know where in the park I could get them? She's like, I don't think you'll be able to get daiquiris anywhere in the park.
Because she was supposed to tell you, we don't got daiquiris, but we got frozen margarita.
Right.
A daiquiri and it's just a frozen drink.
My
that
dumb
has
ass, I ain't know.
alcoholic beverage in it, yeah.
But we ended up getting because then we found out it was frozen. I found out it was frozen margaritas. We tried to get them. They was out. They said it'd be back in like an hour or something. But
and wasn't nobody finna wait for
we
that.
ended up getting reposado margaritas. And them things was hitting.
Like
Woo!
dangerously hidden. Like Kool-Aid.
Dangerously hidden. Yeah.
Liquor like that is dangerous because I'll drink 5 and be like, whoa, shit. Hold up.
But
Hold up.
talk about that though, because you said it was still kind of like grown up vibes, whereas the other thing that you got
It's a little
from
kitty.
was like a little kitty.
But it still did its job. With the thing, that's why I think they gave you so much.
Yeah.
Because it's like it ain't that strong versus our shit was like zoom.
Right.
Because it's a little
and
mature.
it came in like an actual like socks cup, and like so that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm just realizing my different complexions because of the sun.
The sun?
You gotta get
I just have
outside
to get outside with no shirt on.
No.
with no
I do
shirt.
that shit
You
the
got a
most.
With no
backyard?
shirt on.
I see that
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
with my sister, or just like little kids that be outside.
Yeah, you gonna see it all the time.
Yeah, you gotta get a pool.
I just. I don't know if I can do all of that.
You gotta get some.
You gotta get that permit from the city.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing.
You need to get
Do
some
it like how they
ass.
did on Family Guy. Just build your own shit.
Just build. You crazy?
I'm not on the map.
Start digging in the
You
hole.
gonna hit a water. You gonna hit your own water
Y'all
line.
surprised and shit. That's how it be.
Yeah.
Girl face out 10. Whoa. No, I'm just talking. This is another great episode of Through the Wire.
The predictions for Warriors Kings.
Oh, we never gave the prediction?
We never gave
I was so
predictions.
comfortable with segueing.
We
I thought
spent
we
maybe
did.
30 seconds on it.
Warriors
which is,
in
that's
6.
fine.
Damn, you got the Warriors? I want to respect the Kings so bad, but I
My
don't
my
wanna
heart
disrespect
is
the
going
Warriors.
Kings. I'm rooting for the Kings the entire playoff run, even if it's irrational. So I'm going with the Kings.
Kings in 7.
Kings in 7.
DeMontis Sabonis, don't let me down. And stop comparing him to his daddy. It annoys him. This is another episode of Through the Wire. We will see you guys Saturday. Hope y'all enjoy the play-ins today and tomorrow. And Saturday, we will give you the full playoff breakdown and predictions for every series. And yeah, see y'all then. We out.
Peace.
Peace.